Okay. So I wanted to this is a topic obviously we talk about a lot because meal prep is super important and really critical to feeling successful, especially when you're starting a new plan. So I wanted to revisit meal prep in a way that, like, if you're getting started with meal prep, or maybe you're coming back to the basics of meal prep, and just talk about maybe some things with making it easier and establishing a routine with meal prep so that you can make it just part of your daily habits, right? The things that are happening all the time. It's not like a special occasion. I know we have our monthly meal prep class, and it's funny because I think all of us, after we do it, feel like we should do this every week together, right? Because it's always so much fun to cook together and be on there together. But it is, meal prep is one of those things you have to figure out a way to keep it going, right? Because then you keep staying successful in having food ready. It was funny because early in the week I did an amazing job, and then today I was planning it. We headed to the river today, so I did not take a lot of time to cook anything. And I'm coming home and I'm like, okay. So I had some zucchini bread from the meal prep class. I had some cottage cheese for my protein. I'm just trying to pick out things that like will match containers. And I'm like, okay, looks like I need to meal prep again because clearly I'm down to the bare bones. So it's recognizing when those things are happening and then putting it into play. So the first thing I want to talk about is just the really basic meal prep and planning your meals. I kind of list these out in like a three different ways, a three different looks at it. That doesn't even sound like the English language when I say it like that in my head. Three different looks at it, right? Anyway, so the first one being that you have your groceries, but maybe you like to make the meals each day, but you still have a plan, right? So maybe your prep looks like you've got your groceries ready, you know the recipes you're going to be making, and you could do some minimal things, right? Like maybe you made the brown rice or had some quinoa or things that are going to stay in the refrigerator for that week. So that's like the very basics, right? And then you have step two, which is bringing it in a little bit more. Maybe you're prepping something on a Sunday like we did. You make one or two meals, or each night at dinner, you're making a double or a triple batch of something so that then you have lunches for a couple days, or you have like a lot of times when we're really cooking a lot, we'll have like a leftover night, right? And you're just kind of using up the leftovers. So that's kind of that midpoint where you have your groceries, you have made a few meals ahead, and you still have a plan for what's happening, right? Maybe you have a couple recipe ideas that you'll make later in the week, or have freezer items or something like that, but you still have your general plan. And then there's the all out, which is Sunday, you cook it all, and it's, all ready for you just to grab and go. So any one of those, there's no right or wrong here. It's whatever fits into your life and how you like to eat. Okay. I am usually in that mid range where I like to have an idea. I have my groceries. I have things that I can, create quickly. And then I also make bigger dinners so that I can have lunches ready, or have dinner the next night as the same dinner. Like this week I did turkey sloppy joes. Those are just so easy to either, because it's a red and a green, and then you can throw it in with a yellow or not, right? Just depends on what your containers are looking like. And it stays great in the fridge. Or if you don't use it up right away, I'll make a double batch, and then you can just freeze it in the portions you need. The chicken gyro bowls were also delicious this week. They're basically just a chicken burger. Then you slice it up so that it's like you made your own gyro meat. And super easy because you're just chopping some veggies and putting it with brown rice or quinoa, whatever works best for you. So those are a couple, there's lots of meal prep meals in Fixate that you can double, triple. Those are both things I doubled. And because I know that Jack is like eating like a maniac as a 15-year-old, and just comes down and then I've got nothing left to eat. So I make sure if it's something I know he likes, then I make sure to make extra. So, it's one of those things where you kind of have to find where you're at right now and what's your step to make it easier for yourself. So the thing I like to then go into, and this will start our discussion too, like, where do you feel like your problem area is with meal prep? Like, if you, like, in your week, what's your struggle, do you think? Does anybody have anything that they?
Mine are definitely the dinners. And I think the morning and the lunch, I'm fine with. And I go all out and I have my little Excel spreadsheet and I plan out my entire week. But it's the dinners. And I think it's only because I have a picky eater for both my husband and children.
Yeah, yeah, I have a picky eater too.
So,
Yeah.
and so like something that I would make for my dinner, which would could be my lunch the next day, I can't necessarily do, and I don't really want to make two meals. So I'm struggling right now with dinners.
I have a customer too who's in the same boat because she's the family dinner is a
Yeah.
big deal, right? So what I found works for me, and everybody else can chime in on how they're doing it too. Um, I like to make like the protein is kind of the center.
Yeah.
So if, if they'll eat taco meat or they'll eat chicken or pork or beef or whatever it is, then I'll then take that where it's almost customizable. So let's say something easy like chicken tacos, right? You could make the chicken tinga tacos. That's a fixate, or there's also some other shredded chicken taco in there too.
Yeah.
Make that, right? And then you can put it into a bowl with your veggies, with the things that work in your meal plan. They can put their cheese and sour cream, have it in a tortilla, however they're liking it, and everybody gets to customize it. So I found that makes it the most simple, and we'll do that with any genre of food, right? So my picky eater will eat any meat. So like if you did a hamburger, you could still, have a hamburger,
Yeah.
no bun or whatever fits in your plan, and they can have it the way they want it. Or, just like that flank steak from
Yeah.
the recipe, right? You can
Yeah.
add your veggies and your stuff. They can have it with other things.
Yeah. No, I've been like, our staple is like a chicken taco. We usually have chicken tacos every Tuesday. So I've just kind of worked around it where I have like a chicken taco salad. And then I'll have that for lunch or whatever. But usually if they want to have like pizza, I'll just have like something else or whatever. And it's just like, my husband's pretty good and he's very supportive of it. So like when I make chicken parm, like I'll make the chicken parm recipe and he doesn't even know. Like he thinks it's the old recipe. And
I love it.
I like trick him. I'm like,
Yeah, I
yes,
love it.
great. And I love it. And I also have made the chicken parm like zucchini bowls of the recipe. So I'll just cook something different. And but
Yeah.
yeah, my struggle is the dinners, but no, it's great advice. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think there was one, oh, have you tried the beef macaroni? It's the one that's like hamburger helper.
No.
It's
Oh, he
legit.
would love that
It's
too.
legit like Hamburger Helper. I am telling you, we
Uh,
lived off Hamburger Helper in our 20s, and it is legit like Hamburger Helper.
he would love that. So I'm gonna look that one up too.
Yeah, I think it's really good, and it's a total comfort food, and like everybody in the house
Yeah.
eats. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the struggle. But I was part of the beach party like a few years ago and I was single mom. So it was just me and my oldest. And I planned out everything and I did it all on Sunday night. So I had all my lunches, whatever. And that's when I did lose a significant amount of weight then. And then I was just like, I just have to go back to that. So like my Sundays, I would just go to the grocery store and just plan everything out because it was like I had everything ready to go. I did like my veggies, I cut them all up. I did my fruits. I put them in like little Ziploc containers or bowls or whatever. So that's I feel like is how I would be successful. But then
Yeah.
life happens.
Yeah. Well, and some of it too that is figuring out in your, different seasons, right?
Yeah.
How to still keep some of that consistency, but maybe not to the level you were at, but it's enough that you can maintain and feel like you're
Yeah.
still, able to accomplish what you want to accomplish and still keeping
Yeah.
steady things. Yeah.
That's why I would like go crazy with like my breakfast, lunch, and like snacks throughout the day. So I have like control of that. And then dinners I kind of just work with.
Yeah.
So
Lily and Bev, what would you guys say about maybe things you've heard or like how you've covered struggles with meal prep?
I would say I do what you do with the dinners, because my husband loves meat and potatoes and bread, and that's his favorite meal ever for breakfast, lunch, dinner, pretty much.
Right.
So, except he does have Shakeology for breakfast every day. But so I do the same thing. I will cook like whatever the meat is, and then extra vegetables for me, and then I'll just make my whatever bowl I'm gonna have, and then the kids will have, because they hate cooked vegetables, they will have raw vegetables and whatever the meat is and a side, or they will have pizza on their own or whatever. I always try to cook like a sheet pan of veggies, and then I can have that throughout the week. So I always try to make more than just one meal, so that it's actually not that much time to make more than one meal, especially when you do like a sheet pan of veggies and stuff. That's pretty easy. And then when I'm super busy, like now, the last thing I want to do when I get home at 9 o'clock at night is cook.
Right.
So just, grab. But I do need to do a better job of meal prepping every Sunday, not just on meal prep Sundays. So, but I love my one sheet meals, where I'll just put whatever meat it is and then load my veggies up, and just cook it in my air fryer, and it's super easy and quick.
Yeah,
So,
that's perfect.
yeah, so I could do that probably pretty much every single day of the week, just
Yeah, and
depending
I
on.
think like it's what you're talking about. You're finding the things that work for you, right? Like that's a fast, quick way. Plus you've got multiple meals, and that's like perfect, right? You can run into your refrigerator, you've got your cooked veggies already, you've got some meat, you're ready to go. And I think that's where everybody gets a little bit different, right? You just have to figure out what works best for you. Like I eat a lot more raw vegetables, especially in the summer. And I don't enjoy cooked vegetables after like the first time. I would like to make them fresh. So like I always have tomatoes, cucumber on hand, because I can whip that into a bowl with some parsley and mint and lemon juice and quinoa. And it's like a tabbouleh salad. And it's my favorite thing to eat with anything. Right. So it's like having whatever works best for you available. So even if you haven't fully cooked it or prepped it, even if it's in your house, that's first step, so that it's there, you can do something with it. Because I think that's where we get really stuck, is you open the refrigerator and there's not a lot you can, or it looks like too much that you have to do something to it, right? Like you're like, that's going to take too long. But these chips are sitting right here and I'm really hungry and I'm just going to have a handful. And that's where I always run into stuff. But if the stuff's ready, or it's like going to be fast ready, then it's easy to just, okay, I'm just going to eat this.
Yeah, making it ahead of time and making it available and easy to reheat or make into a bowl is key for sure.
Yeah, bowls are amazing. They like are the lifesaver of everything for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I have cans of beans on hand, and then I have my packets of cooked rice that you can just heat up in the microwave, and those save me a lot of time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, we do a lot of our stuff, like we prep a lot of our stuff over the weekend. Like any vegetables that need to get cut up, we pretty much do that over the weekend, so that they're already ready to be cooked if we're going to be cooking them. Like, so every Tuesday we have like Taco Tuesday, really it's fajitas, because it's really just a bunch of bell peppers and zucchini. And right now we do add yellow squash to that too. Sometimes we'll even add broccoli to it, but it has all of like the taco seasonings. Huh?
I said you're getting crazy adding broccoli in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, if
You're
you go
crazy,
to a
girl.
restaurant and you get vegetarian fajitas, it has all sorts of stuff, carrots and tomatoes and anyway. But yeah, so so yeah, so that's, we get that. And then we usually also have like a Chinese night, which is basically the ultimate resets, like stir fry recipe. One of them, I can't remember which one it is, but
It is the
it's,
stir fry recipe, and I did that yesterday when I did the ginger soy steak.
Oh,
And it came out so good.
yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
so flavorful, that one. And it's like, I don't
Yeah.
really make my stir fry like that, but it is so flavorful.
yeah.
yeah, it's really good. So we do that. And then so I have all of those veggies already cut up, because they, like, the broccoli keeps well in Ziplocs, and so does zucchini and squash. And if we end up having like asparagus, we'll sometimes like already have that washed and the ends snapped off, so that all we have to do is just season it and either grill it, or actually last night I ended up doing it in the oven on convection and cooking it that way. So I didn't have to go out to the grill, because that was the only thing I was going to cook on it. And I'm like, meh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
We cook rice ahead of time, like in our rice cooker. Like as it starts to get low, it's like, oh yeah, we need to make rice. And we literally make like as much of rice that we can fit into it, that it'll cook in one setting, because all three of us eat rice with pretty much lunch and dinner every day. Because it's easy. I mean, we like quinoa, but you know, that just takes extra. It doesn't last as long. It doesn't seem like it does. And then yeah, we always have beans on hand, because that's what we eat like at lunch. Well, Scott eats both meat and beans. Let's see. We do the carrot cake egg bake.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah, no, that's been
for
really popular in
breakfast.
the group. We should probably post that again somewhere.
Yeah, it's super simple, and it's just, and
Yeah, I'd like to do that one.
yeah, it's
Have you
very
tried it
yummy.
yet,
It's
Kim?
very, very yummy. It's so good. It's so good. I mean, I add more spices. Like I think it calls for only 3 teaspoons of cinnamon and 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. And I was like, that is not enough. So
Yeah.
it's 4 teaspoons of cinnamon and 3 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. And I like to warm it up so that it like raises the aroma of that in it. But yeah, I mean, so we have that every other day. And we roast or we bake sweet potatoes over the weekend, and then portion them after and then let them cool, and then portion them, and then put them into like just plastic baggies, and stick that into a Tupperware, so we can just pull one out and, you know, warm it up. I warm it up in the toaster oven. Scott just puts his into his eggs. He just cuts it up and puts it into his eggs. So yeah, you do eat them cold now, because he takes his breakfast to work, so that his fasting time is longer now, because he was eating like before he would go to work. His fasting time was like super short, because he doesn't always get home until later. Like we haven't even eaten dinner yet. And it's 7:30. So we'll eat dinner and we'll be done eating dinner before 9. But there's times where he won't even get home until after 9. Like last night, it was really late. So, but yeah, so we just, we do our best to get things ahead of time. Oh, the taco meat, there is a cat up in our playhouse, Scott. And
Squirrel.
it's not our cat. Sorry.
Oh, I just said squirrel, and Timber went running.
But no, so the cauliflower taco meat, that stuff, we make that as just as a side, because like Jacob absolutely loves that stuff.
Is
Like,
that a to be
love.
mindset? Is it
I don't think so.
I wanted to make that one
I
too.
think-
Let me find
Yeah,
it.
it's so good. It's so good, and it's so simple.
Do you use
And
the rice cauliflower for that, or do you just cut
rice
it up?
cauliflower. No, rice cauliflower. So like let's see. That's not, is it? Is this it? The cauliflower tacos? Yeah. Yeah, it's called cauliflower tacos.
Okay.
And yeah, it is so good. So, so good. But
So
yeah, so,
it's funny because we put probably 2 to 3 cups of rice cauliflower in our taco meat before we add the seasonings, and the kids have no idea. Because the
Yeah.
seasoning makes it all kind of similar color, especially if
Right.
you're using turkey or chicken, and it's like all the
Right.
same color, and they have no idea. So, because I have one
Yeah.
picky eater who, if he senses any vegetables nearby, it's over. So, yeah.
I made,
funny.
I made black bean, we have this black bean, Rotel, tomatoes, onions, mix that I usually mix with rice. And this time I did it with rice cauliflower and nobody noticed.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kim, what kind of
Yeah.
stuff do you hear from your clients that like, what are some common struggles or things with meal prep?
Yeah, the one I hear the most is what you said earlier about, I don't want to fix a separate meal for me.
Yeah.
And my husband's really picky, or my kids are really picky, and it's hard. The good, I think, with the group's help, I've discovered so many delicious recipes, like on the regular, so that nobody even knows they're like healthy.
They're healthy, right? I know, they're just food.
Right. And the only thing my husband and my kids will not eat quinoa if they can detect it's quinoa. In
Yeah,
any way.
that's in
Or
my
turkey.
house too. Yep.
And my husband won't eat turkey. I have to say it's not turkey. I just say it's meat. Like the turkey meatballs I make all the time. He's like, these are so delicious. He has no idea they're turkey.
Lily has that too. I think Aaron won't, they all balk at turkey too.
That's funny.
What they don't know won't kill them.
Nope.
Right.
And you could even, so like, like some of the things I've done the past two would be like, I've peeled the zucchini, spiralized it, and then just added it in with regular noodles, and they had no idea. And then, and just do it so the noodles are cooked, and then you add the zucchini in, and the warmth of the noodles, the bite gets to be pretty similar. If you cook the zucchini ahead though, it'll get too mushy. And then like the taco meat, I've added that in there, or just, like I'm trying to figure out.
That's
some
a
other
good
ways
one.
we
I'm
can
gonna
just
try that with the
Yeah.
cauliflower meat and the.
I'm
Or
gonna
if you
try
could
that one
transition
too.
them from meats, you know what I mean? Like you can do half beef, half turkey, or half pork, or you know what I mean? You can kind of transition them
Yeah.
over, kind of
Yeah,
slowly.
because they don't usually notice, they don't notice whole wheat pasta anymore, and I don't notice it either. I mean, it's not just them. It's like, I was like, oh no, I'll never
Right.
eat
Well, and
that.
a lot of it's gotten so much better, honestly.
I thought so too.
The bite
And
is better. Yeah.
so even when I made like a spaghetti sauce, I even added so many more vegetables. Like I even chopped up the zucchini really small, and I thought, oh, I'll blend it with an immersion blender. I didn't even need to. Nobody even noticed,
Yeah.
that there were chunks of zucchini as well as peppers and other veggies in the sauce. So I've been sneakily adding more
I love
veggies.
it. That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the key, right? Is being willing to try some new recipes, especially if it's like a base that everybody can be on board with. So maybe it's a new chicken recipe, right? And just giving it a shot, seeing how it plays out. Like there's that one macaroni and cheese recipe. It's the broccoli and chicken and cheese. Like my kids have liked that, and but it's clearly using a lot better ingredients, a lot less cheese, more broccoli, that kind of stuff too. And just kind of giving things a shot, and maybe you kind of work them in, like maybe the first time it doesn't have broccoli in it, right? But it still has a better base, not quite as, fat filled versus, more nutritional value.
That Mexican tofu scramble, that
Oh,
Mexican
that thing's
scramble,
amazing.
I
Yeah.
had told nobody that was tofu.
Oh,
Nobody.
really? So they thought it was egg?
Yep.
I would have thought it was egg too, and which is funny, right? Because I don't eat eggs, and then now I can't eat tofu, and I'm like, that thing was so good.
What was that barbecue? It was like a barbecue one. It was,
The chicken chipotle.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
like one of our first, that was like in that first few months
yeah,
of,
it had
you
we
found
made
a
the
blog, I'll
barbecue
find
sauce,
it.
didn't
Oh
we?
my God, I make that all the time, that shredded
We-
chicken chipotle.
Yeah,
Delicious.
we used a prepared sauce,
so-
but we added to it a lot. Let's find it here. Yeah, that and the
I thought we
coleslaw
made
that
the
went with
barbecue
that
sauce.
was so good.
Maybe I made it. Maybe I made my barbecue sauce. And maybe that's why I keep thinking about that I made it. Because
No,
I
I
know that
did-
I've made,
It only had a half cup of like barbecue sauce that you added. You also added a chipotle pepper and the sauce from the
Yeah.
chipotle. So I mean, I wouldn't consider that. I mean, I at least semi homemade.
Yeah, it's a half cup of
Well-
the no sugar added barbecue sauce.
yeah, I think I made mine. And I think I made the barbecue sauce that is like you use the fermented blueberries.
Oh,
There's a barbecue sauce where you use the fermented blueberries and it was so good. It was so
Huh.
good. Yeah, I needed to use my fermented blueberries, so
By the way, I made a mocktail.
because
I like it. What's
they're
in it?
not good.
So it's
Right.
it's some mashed up raspberries and
gosh.
strawberries, a little bit of lime juice, some seltzer water, and some kombucha.
Yum.
Did I say that right? Kombucha?
Yeah. I love the Synergy kombucha. That one's been so good. It's so flavorful.
Me too. That's my favorite. The ginger one is my favorite.
Yeah, that's
tried-
funny. I haven't tried the ginger one yet. I always get like Trilogy or I don't know, one of the red ones.
I tried one of the summer brews last night, or yesterday, I guess it was, and it had lemongrass and cherry and coconut in it, and it was very refreshing. If you don't like lemongrass, you would not like it though.
Okay. Oh, that sounds good. And that was Synergy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
I'll look for that one.
summer brew or something, and but it was Synergy. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
good.
that sounds
Oh,
good.
Have you guys seen these? They're little like shots of juice. My
Yeah.
husband picks these up. He kind of switched out his big love of big juices for these little shots. Like this one's ginger cayenne. Or Bev, you wouldn't like them because it reminds me of the first thing shots a little bit.
You should
but-
put him on first thing.
Yeah, I thought about that. But it was at least one way to get down from a big like 12 or 16 ounce juice down to something like this.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like anything, we can't expect an all or nothing, especially with our family and making their choices. So you just kind of have to pick your battles and figure out where you can steer them a little differently and just always offering things. It was really funny because on Sunday night I said something to Luke about, dad was gonna be traveling this week, and he's all, "Ugh, that means you're gonna make me eat vegetables, aren't you?" And I'm like, I love that that's the first thing you thought of when your dad's gone, is that mom's gonna make me eat vegetables. So they you just kind of have to kind of keep plugging things in and hoping for the best.
I just have
Alright.
a completely different world for mine because my kiddo went from being, well, he had so many food sensitivities, but we didn't know that's what he was dealing with. And he was an extremely picky eater. I mean, people say, I don't want to make 2 meals. Like, oh my gosh, I made 2 meals all the time because he wouldn't have eaten. That was that. And that's the thing. People were like, well, just don't make it. He'll eat if he's going to eat. Yes. And he will literally like throw it back up too. Like he
Yeah.
would do that. So yeah, he was a chicken nuggets or fish sticks, macaroni and cheese, and canned green beans. He didn't like any like regular fruit, any raw vegetables, any non-processed meat, like hamburger, no. Chicken, no. It had to be like the more processed that it could be.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, he didn't like anything that resembled what it was naturally. So, but Shakeology was the game changer for him, honestly, because then once he was drinking Shakeology at like 5 years old, he started to be open to trying the food that we were having at dinner, and he liked it and wasn't throwing it back up. And but yeah, I mean, he had sensory issues and all sorts of stuff, so there was a lot going on in that little one. So
Yeah.
and then but then, you know, once he then came to realize, like, it was, so he started drinking Shakeology when he was 5. It was 7 when we realized that he also had gluten sensitivities. We had removed dairy and gone to non-dairy stuff between like 6 and 7. And but then 7 years old was when we realized that gluten was an issue. And then we had to start transitioning there. And I mean, he had dealt with eczema that was like intense for so long that, I mean, almost it was our routine to sit in an oatmeal bath almost nightly, and nothing really would get rid of it. So when he started to see like that his skin wasn't itching him anymore, like his butt didn't itch and his, you know, everything, he wasn't in pain anymore, he was just like, okay, that's fine, as long as I can still have other food. Like, it was just everything lined up for as it needed to for him. So
Wow.
I swear by Shakeology changing your gut microbiome to accepting new things if you drink it regularly. So yeah, I think some of theirs do. Do any of your kids drink Shaco? Deanna, Lily?
Jack does. Luke doesn't.
Yeah.
Both of
Yeah.
Yeah,
mine. but
my oldest
they're okay.
does.
Your oldest does?
Yeah, he likes it. He doesn't drink it regularly, but he probably has like 1 or 2, maybe 3 a week, but he likes it. Yeah.
I remember when I first joined, my son was in college, and I signed him up as a coach and sent him Shakeology monthly. So I know he was getting something nutritional
Yes.
to eat. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
That's
actually
awesome.
trying to get him to have it on a daily basis because he has ADHD, and so his medication is appetite suppressant. And so I
Yes.
know that if I can at least have him have that, I'll feel a lot better because he doesn't eat a lot during the day.
Yeah.
So that's really kind of my goal there. So as he gets, going into middle school and all that, I definitely am going to try to push it to at least having it in the morning for breakfast, like just down the hatch, like let's go, start your day off on a good foot. So
Yeah, both my boys ended up having it. They would have it as soon as they got home from school. That was like their afternoon snack. And yeah, Jacob started out with just, he would have a lot of peanut butter in his. Now he doesn't even eat peanut butter. But yeah, it's like, it was like, it was like, okay, put in the milk, put in the chocolate Shakeology. And then it was like, here's 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, like big heaping of peanut
What-
butter.
that?
and that, and oh yeah.
That's not that much.
What?
There's nothing wrong with peanut butter.
Yeah,
no,
that's not
nothing
very
wrong
much.
with peanut butter.
No, it's like, it was like whatever he would, whatever would make him want to have it. And now, I mean, like, he's just, he does his own thing. He makes his own, I mean, it's a daily routine for him now.
Mm.
Yeah, I need
And,
to figure out how to make Luke like a brownie chocolatey type one, because I think he's had it a few times, but then it's like I need to find a consistent, because he loves chocolate ice cream, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
I need to kind of just figure out the right mix, and I think maybe I could get him talked into going for it. Are you getting off
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the popsicles?
the Recover popsicles?
Yeah. Or
Oh
do
no, I
you-
haven't. I should just have him start on some Recover and try that, because that's so good. Because you could do that. Didn't Jen did that xanthan gum with the Recover, and then it was like a frosty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Because then
Yeah.
if I can get
I
that,
always just put a
going,
bunch of ice.
I can mix.
What?
Then I
Yeah.
can mix it with cookies and cream, and it tastes really similar. And
Mhm.
then transition into that.
Yeah.
Does anybody do you try the or have the strawberry Shakeology? Because I just
That's
have
all
been
I
doing the
drink most of the
barista.
time.
Is just the strawberry? Is it like really strawberry or is it
Well, I
like
have the vegan
like
tropical strawberry, and it is very
yeah?
strawberry, but it also has these hints of tropicalness.
Banana.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I do it
Yeah.
with cucumber and tropical fruit almost every day in the summer. Like that's my favorite. And then sometimes I'll add in fresh mint.
Okay.
But that's that I really strawberry is the one I can do straight too. Like that's my preference if I'm traveling. I'll take that with me, just do it with ice and water.
I'm feeling like I'm gonna switch it up soon. I've been doing the barista pack for a while, but
Yeah.
which
and
I
Jen,
love and I
Yeah.
love. It's just I wanted to see if the strawberry was very good.
are you on vegan or regular?
I'm on vegan right now.
Okay, yeah.
There's just something about the vegan one that I like the taste better.
Yeah, I do too. And Jack does
Yeah.
the regular strawberry, and I haven't tasted it. It looks very creamy,
Yeah.
and I
The
don't.
regular strawberry tastes like Quick. Do you remember
Okay.
strawberry Quick as a kid?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it tastes like.
I think I'll go for the vegan strawberry one though. I think I'll try that one.
Yeah, I really like it with just putting some fruit in it and
Mm.
rice cauliflower.
It has a different texture though. So just keep that.
the strawberry.
That's what people will say. Yeah,
I
the
didn't find
tropical
that.
strawberry has a different texture to it.
I don't find that
Um,
from all the other vegan ones because I get them all. I get all the vegan flavors.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I
I've got
don't
customers
mix
that
it with-
absolutely love it.
Yeah, I don't
then-
mix it
and
with
then-
creamy
yeah.
stuff. And maybe that's the difference too,
Mhm.
because like the
Yeah,
other flavors
probably.
you'll probably put like a macadamia, a milk in it or something else. And I always do just straight water with strawberry.
Yeah, if it has like a hint of like blue banana or tropical fruits, I
Mhm.
probably just do it with straight water. Usually I do it with a little bit of almond milk and ice and peanut butter. Love peanut butter.
Well, and peanut butter always makes it good. Like every flavor is good with peanut butter.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any flavor that I'm like, oh no, peanut butter won't go.
The only one that I
don't
don't really do mixers with is the cafe latte. I don't add anything to that one. I just have that one straight. But
It's
the
funny,
chocolate and the vanilla I do.
I just returned back to the cafe latte and found that I like it again because originally I didn't really like it, but now I like cinnamon
Yeah.
and milkadamia milk in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I haven't tried that, but it also helped me like really decrease my coffee intake.
Mm.
So like I have that in the morning and then sometimes I'll have coffee if I don't, have that one. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually really good with blueberries in it.
Really? I'll have to
Mhm.
try that.
Yeah, that was the first thing that I ended up like mixing into it. Now I can mix. I'm a big strawberry blueberry mixer. That's my go-to usually.
Yeah,
So
same. Especially with the vanilla. I definitely do that. Even though I do want to try the peach cobbler one.
Oh yeah,
I
I do
haven't
peaches quite a bit with vanilla. It's really
I
good.
haven't had the guts to do it, but I did try the lemon meringue recipe, and that was one. That one was really good too.
Mhm.
You can also add pineapple or mango to your tropical strawberry. Those are two
Oh,
of
okay, yeah.
my favorites to add to the tropical strawberry.
Yeah, I get that Costco blend. That's the morning blend. So it's
Yes.
Mangoes, pineapple, peaches, and then strawberries in it. It's perfect.
Mhm.
That's a good
Yeah.
suggestion.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's good to make more fruity
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, good. Well, do we have anything else we want to talk about with meal prep? Do we feel like we missed anything or any other pieces? Okay.
No.
We just got to do it. You got to create the habit. That is the key to all of it, right? It's funny. I can't remember what was happening. If it was this week and, oh no, it was last week and I wasn't feeling that great, but it's like my body just automatically put my workout clothes on. I'd walk down the stairs and I'd get my energized, and you know what I mean? The steps just kept happening, whether I realized that I was heading toward that or not, you know what I mean? Or ready or wanting. It's just like, okay, this is what I do every morning. So this is what happens. And all of a sudden you end up in the garage and you pick up some weights and everything, it's go time. Same with the meal
Right.
prepping, you know, you just find you're making some extra rice, so you're making some extra whatever, and then you've got leftovers.
Yep.
All right, so Lily, you have labels hidden in your office there to share?
No, I don't.
Does anybody have any labels? We haven't talked about labels a lot lately. We'll have to, maybe next week we should do like a label session. We haven't done it in a while where we kind of focus in on what to look for and what's happening on the labels. I was looking through my feed and this woman is on a journey and she showed like kind of what she meal preps and what she had. She's not dealing with Beachbody, and she had this protein powder and she deals with autoimmune issues. And I'm always curious when I look at things, right? Like, oh, okay, what's in that brand, right? So I Google it, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, every fake sugar possible is in this brand. And I'm like, yeah, if you already are having autoimmune issues, I don't think you want to be adding this in. As good as it tastes, it's not going to feel good on your body. So yeah, it's always fascinating to just like the ways they hide things, the ways that they rename, that, you know, the way it's listed. Like we've talked, I don't know how many times about just sugar, like there'll be 3 different sugars listed in the ingredients. So it, you know, it's like you'll see one that maybe you recognize, but maybe 2 more that are names that aren't as recognizable. And all of a sudden this thing's loaded with either sugar alcohols or artificial sugars or different sugars that are regular sugar, but yeah, it's crazy. So that'll be good we can talk about all that next week and go through some labels and be good.
Sounds good.
That would be good.
Okay, so tomorrow is Nerd Day? No, Pirate Day. Pirate Day.
Pirate Day.
Pirate Day.
Next week's Nerd Day.
Arg.
I am 80.
Your filters.
Yeah, so find your filters, or if you happen to be a pirate for some Halloween years, whatever in the past few years, then find your pirate costume or get your parrot and stick it on your shoulder.
It's your pirate.
I have one.
Yeah.
Get you a bird, sticker here. Yeah. So yeah. And I don't think there's anything else happening right on the agenda. That's it. The next meal prep class will be the 11th. And so you can all sing me happy birthday because I'll be 49 that day.
That day is your birthday? Oh my
is.
God.
Oh, nice.
It is. And I'm like, the weekend before is Labor Day. And I'm like, then if we go the weekend after, that's just getting really late. So
You want to do it on bed?
no, it's fine. I don't think I have any plans. David's traveling up until my birthday, and then I think he leaves again the next day. So I don't think
Oh,
we're going to be
jeez.
doing anything that weekend anyway. So Saturday, I'll be watching college football. I
There
don't
you
know
go.
if you're at that.
Yeah. All right.
So maybe we'll make the autumn, maybe we should make the autumn birthday cakes. There are those banana, they're amazing. They're graham cracker crust, banana cream pie, little individual pies. I've made them before. They're so delicious. It's like a coconut cream pudding you make, with bananas in it, and then you have a little graham cracker crust.
Sounds delicious.
They're,
Yeah.
they're good.
Oh. Sorry. Scott's over here just moving around. He hasn't been home in like 2 days practically. He's been home long enough to sleep for a few hours.
I had 40 hours in. I was on overtime when I clocked in this morning. I've
Wow,
only worked 3 days.
Wow.
it's a
So
lot.
Last night was Yesterday was a 16-hour day. It kind of sucked.
Yeah, I bet.
After a day that was, yeah, I was surprised how good he looked in his picture after doing his workout this morning. He was like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because the day before he was like, his picture. I'm like, okay.
That's funny.
Yeah. So.
All right, here, let me snap a picture quick. I think I can remember it now. Okay, we ready? Cheese. Yay, look at me. First try.
I heard it go boop boop.
I know. All right, you guys. Well, then we'll see you see you in the group.
See you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Ah.